there is a database that is operated by the federal government. It's called Integrated Post-Secondary Education Data System. All the universities that are receiving financial aid, federal financial aid, have the obligation to report. And so in this data system, you could, this is publicly available, you could look at profiles of universities and statistics and data on enrollment and graduation. So I'm sharing here something that I think is pertinent to what we're reviewing and discussing here. On the left, we see the percentage of full-time, first-time students that graduated within 150% of the normal time to complete their undergraduate degree. Now, normal time here is in quotes, and we still have to talk about that. But so we're seeing here for ETSU that statistic is 41%. Now, there are statistics, measurements of cohorts, students, undergraduate students, full-time, first-time students that began their studies in fall of 2009 in yellow and fall of 2011 in light blue. And these statistics here is telling us that after 4 years, only 20 to 21% of those cohorts had completed their undergraduate degree. And after 6 years, 41 to 43%. So these two statistics on the left and right are painting or giving us information about our school, our entire undergraduate population. And I think one of the main messages here is that in our university, there is a sizable fraction of students who do not complete their undergraduate degree in 4 years. There are some that do, but there is a sizable number of students that, we're supposed to be a 4-year university, and that's the title. In practice, is not happening in 4 years. So, with that in mind, we're now here looking at the production of professionals. That's what I would call it. So these are the numbers of completed Bachelor of Science degrees in mathematics from 2012, 2013, all the way through 2017, 2018. And so I put some percentages on top of each bar. These percentages is just to have some idea of the number of graduates that academic year relative to the size of our undergraduate program for that year. Okay, so let's remember that the number of math majors is in decline here for the latter years, and then we see that the number of graduates is also declining. But there's a few things here. So I think definitely these are difficult times, and this loss of mathematics majors is alarming. Definitely the decline in number of math majors is consistent with the decline in the undergraduate population. So the fact that this number of graduates is also consistent with the decline in the enrollment, there are some consistencies there, but it's something that needs further review. But so that's on the kind of the negative or not so inspiring side. But in a positive note, these percentages are, again, these are fractions relative to the total size of the undergraduate program in that academic year, and that size is changing. But the percentages are not changing that much. So I think this is positive, because this is saying that even though we have these adverse conditions, we're losing students, our program is managing to graduate basically the same fraction. About a quarter of our undergraduate students are graduating. This is what we see here, almost 4 consecutive years. We're graduating between 24 to 26% of our students. Okay? So, and if we were going to say, well, this is a quarter of what? Well, roughly somewhere between 75 and 128, it's kind of, I don't know. There's something to discuss a little more. But so the other thing is to look at those numbers of completed undergraduate degrees, but now taking a look at those numbers by concentration. In other words, the number of graduates of the 4 concentrations. What we see here is 5 colors because we have some students that graduated without one of the 4 concentrations listed here. Maybe they graduated with the other catalog. So the first 3 years you see very large bars for the light blue, and but really we're taking a look here at dark blue, red, green, and purple, right? In particular, I'd like to bring your attention to the purple, which are the number of mathematics education students with the number of the mathematics education undergraduate students are the future mathematics teachers of the state, and in particular of the northeast part of this state. So we are a factory. That's how I think of it, or how I would phrase it. We are a factory of mathematics teachers, and out of the 4 concentrations, every single one is important. But one thing to keep in mind is the mathematics education students are the future teachers in elementary and secondary, in high school, middle and high school, within, a proximity of 50 to 100 miles from Johnson City. So